Good morning, good afternoon or good evening, wherever in the wide world you may be watching. This video is designed to suggest a number of ways that you can improve the appearance and the efficiency in using your Excel file. We'll use a fictitious company called ABC Technology. The company consists of 10 employees and I can see them by clicking on the link there. I don't have to click down here on the sheet tabs because I have menus here on each of the sheets. So if I go back to the main menu, and I might want to see the vacation test so that I can check who might be due for a salary review, and the way I do that is simply to click to choose an ID. Remember that back in the employee data that each of the employees was given an ID, and the vacation test I can simply click to choose one of the employees. We'll choose the boss, the CEO. Is he due for a salary review? Well, the answer is no. Why? Because his salary is greater than $50,000, and whilst the days since his last review are greater than 200, both conditions need to be met. Let's check another employee. This time we'll check employee number 9, which is Michael Jones, and yes, he's due for a salary review because both his salary and the day since match the existing salary and day since. The company data sheet is simply a sheet where I created a couple of pivot tables and pivot charts based on those pivot tables, and I copied the charts and then pasted them on the employee details. So as you can see, I can move around very quickly by using the menus which appear on each sheet. The quick links are simply a list of commonly used web pages. We'll use Google. It loads very quickly, and after you've used Google to do whatever you want to do to search for, when you close Google you're taken back to the last page that you came from. So we'll go back to the main menu, and now it's time to check how did I create these links and the lookup, the XLOOKUP that we'll be using. And you'll see that it's quite simple, but it does enable very efficient use of your Excel file. Down here in the sheet tabs, I've created a new sheet tab called Sample Link Creation, and we're going to insert a link in the menu to that particular sheet. The way I do it is to choose the Insert command and then click the shape, drop arrow. I'll choose the rectangle, and with my mouse in the crosshair shape I simply draw a shape, and with the shape selected, once I remove my mouse, I'll call it Sample Link. And whilst I have that selected, I'll go to the Home tab and I'll center a line and raise it up into the center slightly. Now all I need to do is to create a link for that particular shape by right clicking and then go to Link, and there I see as a place in this document over here that all of the tab names are listed for me. All I need to do then is to click Sample Link Creation and choose OK. Now when I click away, if I click on that link, I'm taken to that particular sheet. Then, as you see on the other sheets, you simply need to create the interactive links for the other sheets. So it's really quite simple, and it creates complete interactivity for all of the sheets and data in your file. Now back in the main menu, I want to look at the employee details. So I'll click on that link and notice here that I have inserted a date. It is today's date. How did I do that? I simply typed a formula equal today and an open and close bracket. That always gives me the current date. And I use that current date in the days since so that I can deduct from today's date the date of the last salary review, and I do that by inserting a formula here in this cell, which is $F$3, which is the cell that the current date appears in, minus M7, that is the date here of the last salary review. So when I do that and press enter, it gives me the number of days since the last salary review. I then simply autofill that down to give me the days since for all of the staff. Now let's look at how the employee leave test sheet was created so that we can test if an employee is due for a salary review. The first thing I did was to go to the employee data sheet and copy the heading cells, and then go to the vacation test sheet and simply select the cells into which I wanted the data, the heading data pasted. So it was a simple copy and paste situation. You'll notice that I had to add an extra cell here for the salary review because that did not appear in the employee data. Now the next thing I did was to choose cell E7 and create create a drop-down list for the IDs. And again, I did that simply by clicking in E7, going to the Data tab, choosing Data Validation, choose the list there, and I was able then to go to the employee detail sheet and choose the numbers in the ID column. And when I clicked OK, that gave me the source for the drop-down list. Now the next thing I had to do was to create an XLOOKUP by wanting to place all of the data from the name to the day since by choosing the formula or creating the formula, look up what's in E7, then from the employee details choose F7 to F16. So in the employee data, F7 to F16 were the numbers, and then for the employee details to appear, I simply chose G7 to N16. So G7 down to N16, which was the entire data for the employees. And when I did that and look at the data here, I see that it would have been brought across. Now the next thing I had to do was create a cell here and called it salary review. And what I needed to do was to insert in cell N7 an if and formula to see if the salary was due for review. And the formula was simply if M7 was greater than 200 and J7 was less than 50,000, then the answer was yes. If either of those was not true, then the answer would be no. So far as the background is concerned, I went to the page layout tab and said background, insert a background, and I chose a background from a file that I had here. And when I looked at the desktop, I was able to insert a background file. It simply gave the page a more pleasant look. So creating that page was not difficult. some copying and pasting, and a little bit of formula entry to give me the ability to test a sheet. Now what I'll do, I'll check number 1, which was the CEO. He's not due for a salary review because he didn't meet both requirements. But if I check number 9, which is Michael Jones, yes, he is due for a salary review because both of the tests in the if and statement were true. The company data sheet was very simply created by creating 2 pivot tables, one here for the sum of the salaries for the departments and another for the sum of the salaries, the actual salaries for the staff themselves. And all I did, having created those pivot tables, I then created pivot charts in both cases, copied the charts and pasted them back in the employee detail sheet. So there were the department salaries, that chart, and the staff salaries. So the creation of that particular sheet was really quite simple. Now the very last page we'll look at creating, which you can do at your discretion, is to create quick links to commonly used web pages or web pages that you go to very regularly. I'm going to create one here for Microsoft so that you can see how it's created. So I type in the name of the site, and then when I right click and go down to link, I then need to make sure I'm looking at the existing file or web page, and I type in the address bar www.microsoft.com. I must have the wwws. And the text display will be placed in as Microsoft. That's brought in from the cell itself. And now we'll click OK, and we will test the link by clicking on it. You'll find it'll load very, very quickly from this particular page, and there we go. That completes this video. I do hope you found it useful. I know it will make the use of your Excel file much more enjoyable. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. And before I say bye for now, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to be automatically notified of upcoming videos. Bye for now.